some practical advice that's quick and easy on how to talk to our kids about the coronavirus in a way that doesn't freak them out but still keeps them informed. So we don't want to overcomplicate it. Really, it's down to two main principles: validate their emotions and leave them with a strategy that makes them feel proactive. Right? I'll explain those two, but basically, if your child's under 3, you probably don't need to do any explanation. Just give them a bit more comfort, a bit more care, be available to them, make your lap available so they can jump into it to feel secure. Just do more of that. It's probably all you need to do. For the older age kids, obviously you have to adjust it according to their age, and you're the expert on your child, you know them best, so you work out how much to tell them. But basically for everyone it's the same premise. First of all, we have to acknowledge how they're feeling. We have to talk to their emotions first. It's understanding that childhood is a very emotional experience. As adults, we tend to live up here in the frontal cortex, brain number 4. So we understand consequences, we set goals, we understand time management, and importantly, we have these skills to know how to moderate our emotions and how to manage relationships with other people. Whereas children live down more in brain number 3, the limbic system, or the social emotional brain, which just means they're dealing with raw emotion without all of that finesse. So being a child's a very emotional experience. So the first thing we have to do is to speak to those emotions so the child feels heard. The worst thing you can do really is go, no, it's going to be fine, you don't have to worry about it, because then the child's left with all of their anxiety about it. So validating how the child's feeling without freaking them out can be as simple as when the child expresses some concern, but brings up the coronavirus, then you acknowledge that emotion. You say something like, yeah, it certainly is really strange times, isn't it? It's all very new. You know, we haven't done this before, and new things can be a bit scary, can't they? You acknowledge those emotions, but then you leave them. The second part to that is to leave them with an action that they can take. The brain basically is choosing between panic or action. So you want to make sure that you leave them with an action. So you might acknowledge the emotion. Yep, it's all strange, and strange new things can be a wee bit scary. But I'm just glad we live in New Zealand, one of the countries that is being really proactive about it and is leading the rest of the world. I'm really pleased to see everyone's washing their hands and everyone's staying at home and in their bubble. So I'm pretty confident we're going to be all right. You know, you just end with a resiliency building statement. And then when you've talked about washing hands and staying in your bubble, there are actions a child can take and they can focus on instead of focusing on panicking. Really, the overall thing to remember is mainly the child's reaction is going to be based on your reaction. Not just on the reaction when they ask you about it, but your reaction the rest of the time in front of the children. Are you glued to the television as well? While we're hearing about it, are you going, what's going to happen? Because the child's picking up on all that fear. So really, most of it is social referencing. They look to you to see how panicked they need to be. So as parents, I suppose it means you do need to fake it a bit. If you're a bit concerned, you need to keep that concern away from the children, or else they overly freak out about it. So there it is, nice and simple, 2 steps. Validate the emotion and then leave the kids with a strategy to make them feel empowered. Kia ora whanau.